Welcome to McKnight Tonight. Here's Rob McKnight.
Hello and welcome to McKnight Tonight on this Tipsy Thursday, the 28th of May 2026. Yes, Tipsy Thursday, a Shiraz tonight. I've been on the Shiraz for a few weeks. Might have to do a bourbon or something next week, Amanda. Hey, I have to say, Andy got into our super chat last night right as we were closing the show. Over the closing credits, $10 popped up. And Andy, I don't know if you heard it, but I actually put my mic back on and I said, thanks, Andy. So thank you for doing that. You can do it too. Just go to youtube.com/@McKnightTonight. And when you're taking part in the live chat, there's a little money icon. You can do a super chat, $1, $2, $20, $50, $100, $1,000.
$1 million.
I don't think we have anyone watching this show that's got a spare $1,000, but every little bit helps and we do appreciate it. Hey, guess what? It is Thursday the 28th of May and it's National Hamburger Day. But more importantly, Amanda hates my hamburgers. When I go to McDonald's, I get the junior burger and I get the pickle taken out. That is, I don't even get the cheeseburger. I literally have a hamburger. And when I go to a proper burger joint, I get rid of all the salads and everything. It's just basically buns, meat, and tomato sauce. But it's also Kylie Minogue's birthday. She is 58 today.
Happy birthday, Kylie.
Yeah. And we watched that documentary on Netflix now. As anyone who knows me knows, I'm a big Kylie fan. It was a good documentary, but she just finds it hard to open up. And I know she did a couple of times, especially when she spoke about the second breast cancer diagnosis. But no, she still holds back. But anyway, we love her. We love her, we love her, we love her. And also, oh geez, it's all plug night because tonight we are doing a Zoom chat straight after the show. So if you are a paid member of the YouTube page, you have got, I have put it in a post, you have got the Zoom link. We will go there. As soon as we do the credits, we'll shut down vMix and open up Zoom and we'll have a chat with the people that are around. All right. So we better get on with it and get through so people can get on the chat. All right. Tonight, Victorian hospitals have secret not welcome lists and violent patients are being thrown out of emergency departments and left on the street. Married at First Sight Australia is facing serious new allegations, including a bride filmed in the shower without her knowledge. ABC Managing Director Hugh Marks faced Senate estimates today, and just wait until you see what happened. And Home and Away star Dan Ewing joins me to talk about his new Brisbane film made for just $13,000. Okay, let's take a look at the hot topics for this Thursday. Questions are being raised about a secret list in Victorian hospitals that keeps track of patients with a history of violence. The so-called not welcome lists see patients brought to emergency departments by ambulance, but then ejected by security guards and left untreated on the street. Now, the Age reports paramedics have reported to their union that hospitals are triggering what they call code grey or code black calls when they unload an unwelcome patient from an ambulance, triggering internal procedures for security to attend and remove the person. Now, Mental Health Legal Centre Chief Executive Charlotte Jones has lashed out at the move, saying people are not cargo. Engaging with people who are mentally distressed and unwell is hard. Ambulance services work incredibly hard to gain the trust of complex people, saying that they will get help if they engage. Then they go and find that they are turned away, and then their stigma, their knowledge that they are treated differently is evident. The Victorian state government has promised to address the not welcome lists. This is tough because I'm a big advocate of mental health and we do need to look after people with mental health issues. But if you are presenting at a hospital so many times that you are on a list because of your behaviour and your violent outbursts, unless it's a life and death situation, I think the hospitals have got a point. Nurses and doctors work very hard. Why should they have to be subjected to violence from patients? Again, if it is a life and death situation, you have to do what you can do. But if you're presenting at hospital with something where you don't need emergency care and you have a history of lashing out and being violent with these healthcare operators, I'm sorry, I've got no sympathy. You reap what you sow. there is a point where you have to take responsibility for your actions. Our healthcare workers do not deserve to be the brunt of your outbursts. The Victorian government can talk all at once about cracking down on these so-called not welcome lists. But honestly, I can't blame doctors and nurses. Their job's hard enough without people doing this to them. All right, let me know your thoughts by going to youtube.com/@McKnight Tonight. We love the live feedback that comes through to the show, and our community love having a natter as well. Although I do hope that during the show they pretty much keep to the topic so that we can use their comments. And I will get to your comments soon. Let's move on. Last week, we covered the serious claims made by participants of Married at First Sight UK. Here in Australia, new claims have come to light about inappropriate behaviour. 9 newspapers report a bride was filmed in the shower without her knowledge, and there was non-consensual touching by a groom. The Minister for Social Services, Tanya Plibersek, was asked about the new reports this morning on Sky News.
What do you think about these latest claims and the fact that this show is watched by millions?
Well, I was very disturbed to read the reports this morning that included allegations that someone had been filmed without her knowledge in the shower. Obviously, no one should experience such a thing in their workplace, and the set is a workplace for the people who are being filmed. I believe that's being investigated by Safe Work New South Wales, so I'm not going to comment on individual allegations other than to say, in the first place, everybody deserves a safe workplace. In the second instance, I'd say, as we've said before, Laura, so many people watch this show, so many kids watch it. It's such a great opportunity to platform what healthy relationships look like. And I think in the past where you've seen people talking about how they want a submissive wife, or, you know, in one instance putting their fist through a wall during an argument, I think that is showing exactly the sort of behaviour that we want to discourage. Anything that normalises or platforms that sort of behaviour, I think, is really troubling.
Look, that last part, I mean, I get politicians want everything to be rainbows and lollipops, but people don't watch MAFS to see healthy relationships. They just don't. There are other shows that show much healthier relationships, and they don't rate nearly as well as Married at First Sight. So whatever appeals about this show, it's certainly not healthy relationships. But she has a point that these people are workers. And that's always been a bone of contention with the production companies that make these. And there was a case a few years ago where participants on House Rules actually ended up being declared workers, even though the contract specifically said they weren't. You know, I've been aware of shady practices for some time on this show. Now, as reported by the SMH&H, that cast members have been stopped. They've reported that cast members have been stopped from leaving by production staff blocking exits. The reality show was issued 3 Safe Work New South Wales improvement notices. This came after several participants and a viewer at home raised allegations about an unsafe working environment on the show last year. Now, the owner of the papers, 9, which is also the broadcaster of Married at First Sight, said it took participant safety seriously and had fully cooperated with Safe Work's inquiries. There are major problems in the production of this show. I think it is interesting. These shower allegations are coming out now after the UK. At this stage, as we go to air tonight, I am not aware of any sexual abuse or rape allegations against anyone on Married at First Sight, but I certainly am aware of a lot of bad behaviour from the production team coming out and yelling at people that this is boring, that they are not going home. This is 3 o'clock in the morning and they've been plied with alcohol, that they are not going home until they get some drama. And people so desperate to go home, they give them the drama. People being locked in their doors. It's also being pointed out that everyone has keys to their rooms. The production staff can just come and go as they like. And what do you expect when you put 2 strangers in a room together? The woman here, and we talked about this last week, has not vetted this guy. And let's be honest, these psychiatrists and psychologists are not working to put the right people together. In fact, let's say that some relationships may continue on outside of the experiment despite the best efforts of the production team because they cast for drama. And so you've now got situations where a female is in a shower because she's sharing a room with this guy that she's only just met, and he's decided to film her, allegedly. Many, many problems. It does question, and Josh Fox said this on the MAFS Funny podcast, whether the series has to change and they start in separate rooms and separate apartments and then come together when they both consent to that. I think there are changes coming and not before too soon, but that still doesn't fix what goes on behind the scenes of these shows, and I find it very troubling. You can show your support for the show by buying me a coffee. Just go to buymeacoffee.com/McKnight Tonight. Every bit helps keep this show from our garage going. Well, I could certainly do with a coffee. I mean, I don't drink coffee, but it'll go to the wine so I can afford Tipsy Thursday. All right, let's move on. ABC Managing Director Hugh Marks faced Senate estimates today. Now, he was asked a range of questions from bias to funding to the resignation of ABC News Director Justin Stevens. Let's just focus on that last one for a moment. News came through Wednesday afternoon that Justin Stevens had resigned as ABC News Director. In a statement, Stevens said the role had been incredibly tough but immensely rewarding. Now, my radar was already up on this one because Stevens was leaving the same day as the announcement. And that's always an interesting sign. That usually means the person has been forced out the door. It turns out that could be the case. Have a look at this exchange between Liberal Senator Sarah Henderson and Hugh Marks about Stevens' resignation.
I have received some information that you threatened to terminate Mr Stevens if he didn't resign. Is that the case?
I don't know where that information's coming from, Senator. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not going to disclose the source, clearly.
Well, there were two people in our meeting, or maybe three. So I don't know where that information's come from, Senator.
No, but I'm asking you: is that true?
I don't make threats, Senator.
Did you suggest that you were going to terminate Mr Stevens if he didn't resign?
Senator, I think it's inappropriate for me to go into the details of individual discussions with Mr Stevens, about a very serious matter in this forum. But I think the outcome is Mr Stevens has resigned, and we will be in due course in near future making an appointment.
I think we can take that as a yes. Yeah, it's safe to say Justin Stevens was forced out. When you leave effectively, that's always a good sign. And even though Hugh Marks said, I don't make threats, there are ways in a meeting of saying, we're asking you to resign. We don't want to have to force you out the door, but we are going in a different direction. And Justin Stevens has made that decision to go with the narrative that he has resigned, if what Sarah Henderson is saying there is to be believed. And Hugh Marks certainly didn't deny it. And it's always a good sign too when they have your replacement lined up already, because The Guardian today has reported that Stevens' replacement will be Reuters executive Simon Robinson. Now, the ABC refused to confirm that news this morning in the Senate estimates as well, but Senator Henderson essentially got Hugh Marks to admit it without actually admitting it.
Did you ask anyone or authorise for anyone to brief this story out?
I did not, Senator.
Do you know whether anyone within the organisation briefed this out?
I don't believe so, Senator, but that's sort of the people that I would obviously deal with in relation to this matter. Whether someone else in the organisation has got some information, I don't know, Senator, but anyway, an announcement will be made in due course.
Will Mr Robinson be the new replacement as the head of News and Current Affairs?
Again, Senator, I'm not into making announcements during Senate estimates. I understand the question, and an announcement will be made in due course.
And how long before that announcement is made?
I expect it will be made in the near future, Senator.
What, by the end of the day, tomorrow?
I would expect tomorrow.
Sorry.
Well, I'm here, Senator.
Marks, come on.
Fulfilling my democratic responsibilities.
Well,
to
I
answer
appreciate
the
you
Senate.
being open and honest with me. I do appreciate that. But if it's Mr Robinson, we would, and clearly it looks like it's been briefed out, Mr Marks, somehow. I'm sure it wasn't Mr Robinson. I'm not suggesting that he briefed the story out, but clearly someone has. So if it's Mr Robinson, I would ask that you confirm that.
We will, Senator. An announcement I expect to be made tomorrow.
Have you drafted the press release?
Senator, I haven't approved a press release at this point.
Could we have a copy of the draft press release? If
Senator, I will
around?
include your office on the distribution list when the announcement is made.
So obviously this has been in the wings for a very long period of time.
Late this afternoon, the ABC confirmed the news, no doubt forced by that questioning of Hugh Marks in Senate estimates. And that's what Senate estimates is all about. Getting information from public servants, holding them to account. Now compare that line of questioning to the young Labor Senator Charlotte Walker, who seemed more like a cheer squad for the ABC rather than a politician holding them to account.
Yeah, I just have a few questions. I understand there's been an extra $50 million in additional funding to the ABC. Can you talk us through what that means for your organisation?
I mean, what a softball question. She's basically letting Marks have the opportunity to say how wonderful the ABC is and how great the government, the Labor government, is for giving them an extra $50 million. And they wonder why people feel that the ABC skews left when this is the Labor Party's idea of holding the broadcaster to account. But it got worse. Senator Walker then went full fangirl when asking about bananas in pyjamas.
Are there any specific programs that have already been announced as a part of this investment?
We went, children's was an area where we really needed more investment, Senator, and so there were 2 children's programs ready to go. The remake of Bananas in Pyjamas happening in Adelaide, I think.
Yes, I went and had a look. It was very cool. And I didn't realise that, indulge me, Chair, the bananas are actually 7 feet tall. It's pretty scary, isn't it? Anyway, sorry, continue.
The bananas are larger than life.
Yeah.
And in my own view, the animated version of the show never quite matched the appeal of the live-action version of the show.
Hugh Marks mustn't have been able to believe his luck. This is amateur hour. This is our taxes basically being used to become a promotion tool for the ABC. That's not what Senate estimates is about. It is not about being able to say to government resources, tell us the good things you're doing because we give you money. I mean, if this politician wants to be taken seriously, she can't behave like that. It's total amateur. It's embarrassing. I know she's young, and I don't want to be that guy, you know, that old fart who's saying this isn't how politics should run. But am I alone here? Am I the only one who thinks that's embarrassing? Jeez, let me know your thoughts. There's plenty still ahead on this edition of McKnight Tonight. Dan Ewing is coming up. He's a good friend of the show, home and away actor, and he's done this great little film. And we'll have your feedback in just a moment. But first, let's get a random live shot of the day.
It's the random live shot of the day. Where are you going today? You never know where you'll end up with the random live shot of the day.
It is the random live shot of the day. This is Paris, France, and the Eiffel Tower. Built for the 1889 World's Fair, it stands 330 meters tall and is held together by 2.5 million rivets. Right now, just a few kilometers away, the French Open is in full swing at Roland Garros. It's a partly sunny day, 18 degrees to a high of 33.
Terrible.
I know, my accents are the worst. I literally sound like the guy in a lower low.
No matter what accent you do, you sound like him.
Are I would like to touch your firm buttocks. No, I'm trying to think of one of the rude things he said. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. All right, let's take a look at some feedback coming through to McKnight Tonight. Is Rob having a wine or a wine tonight, says Matthew. Always a bit of both, Matthew. Always a bit of both. We've got this one from Own Your Own Crazy. Happy birthday, Kylie Minogue. Indeed. Got this one from Andy. I sure did hear it, thanks. This was me saying thank you to Andy, who gave us $10 during the closer of last night's show. I put the mic back on and said, thank you, Andy. And he sure did hear it. Thanks, Rob. And that laugh at the end, money well spent just for that. Oh, I'll laugh if you give me money. I'll dance like a monkey if you give me money. Oh, okay. Clintos is the best toss. I only recently discovered you could get a fillet of fish with lettuce and tomato at Macca's. Now, anyone who listened to the TV Black Box podcast might remember Abby, who used to work for me at Studio 10, the big far left lefty. Jasmine, you're going to have to buy a new one. This is a bracelet that Jazzy bought me. It's got all my kids' names on it, and it keeps falling off. What? What have I done wrong? Okay. Jimmy says, hamburgers, yum. Oh, but the point I was going to make on hamburgers is Abby, she's a vegan, of course, and what's the thing she gets? She gets the buns without meat. She gets a burger without the meat. Yeah. Oh, and then she puts French fries on. You could have turned your mic. Leo Stubbing says, love the Kylie doco, but so much missing, especially the early years. The tension tour is fantastic. A lot shot in Mexico. Crazy fans. Kylie since Locomotion. I've been there too, Leo, since Locomotion and Neighbours. And yeah, it would have been interesting if those interviews she did for the very first behind-the-scenes video, it was like 10 minutes, would have been interesting if they pulled out the unedited stuff from those interviews. Beck says, regarding violence in hospitals, as somebody with mental health issues, which I always realise that you are doing it, it's not an excuse with me. I have an incredible remorse to the point where it will last with me for the rest of my life. Thank you, Beck. Appreciate the insights. I really do. Matthew says, people can still be violent at hospitals and still have no mental health issues. That's very true, Matthew. Very true. Drugs will do weird things to you. Andy says, I had a friend who worked security at both a nightclub and a hospital. He said the hospital was actually far more dangerous and violent. Yeah, right. That makes sense to me. It really does. Thank you, Andy. Got this one from Clintos is the best host. Remember when John Howard wanted Big Brother off the air? And here we are showing toxic relationships in prime time for 12 consecutive years. And Polly's not saying a thing. So true. Yeah, John Howard almost got Big Brother cancelled. They hung in there, but they changed a lot of the way they do things. Own Your Crazy says, MAFS, a social experiment where producers mess with the contestants and document the results. I'm laughing, but it's true, and it's scary. It's a very scary thing. Wild Wombat, hello, Wild Wombat. MAFS, like SAS Australia, needs to be dumped. SAS bullying cast members. You know what? I get you, but they know what they're signing up for. I guess they all know what they're signing up for. But with SAS, it is meant to be about endurance. MAFS, it is mental manipulation by producers. Captain_Glenn says, regarding Justin Stevens, the now former managing news director at the ABC, he said, I met Justin at the ABC. He came up to me and introduced himself. What a nice guy. Rare for a news director. Something fishy going on here. ABC needs a shake-up. Thank you, Captain_Glenn, for the insight. Really appreciate that. Jimmy says, I want more bananas in pajamas gossip in ABC estimates. It will get me tuning in more often. Well, that's all right, Jimmy. I watch so you don't have to. I was in my I was in the McKnight Tonight garage. I was prepping the show and I was watching Senate estimates in the background. James McAllister says, well said, Rob. There is something majorly wrong with MAFS, but I think that the problem doesn't only happen on MAFS, but there have been complaints from female Big Brother contestants when showering. James, the one thing I would say, thank you for the feedback. The one thing I would say there is that when you go on Big Brother, you know you are going to be filmed naked. That is part of the show. So I do just raise that. We are in a situation here with that MAFS participant who obviously was taking a shower and the groom walked in and filmed her. And if that allegation is true, that is absolutely not appropriate. Clintos is the best. Os has given us $10. Dance, monkey. Dance, monkey. Have I got no shame? No, I don't. All right, keep your donations coming. Keep your feedback coming. We've got a lot to cover on McKnight Tonight. It is Tipsy Thursday. We'll have a back-end quickie. I've got another video tonight. You don't have to put up with my jokes. But first, let's get to our feature interview of the night.
McKnight Tonight. McKnight Tonight. McKnight Tonight. Here comes McKnight Tonight.
Home and Away star Dan Ewing has a new project coming out, a film set and shot in Brisbane called All My Friends Are Back in Brisbane. Now, I talked about the film recently on Media McKnight. It was made with a budget of just $13,000. And I have to say, the film holds up against features with much bigger budgets. Now, there's a big Q&A screening of the film happening this weekend in Brisbane. So I thought I'd get some more information from the man himself. Dan Ewing, welcome back to McKnight Tonight.
Now, is it Dan Ewing or is it Timu McKnight Tonight with slightly less than 30 years experience? But how did I do, mate? Did I fit the memo or?
You did. Black shirt and a blazer. Good stuff. But did you get the Tipsy Thursday memo?
No, I don't drink. So 18 months, maybe I'll have a Pepsi Max later on for sure. But
yeah, Tipsy Thursday, there's lots of people who watch who don't get on the alcohol. I am not one of those people, but congratulations.
Not as you're known in my circles as Rob Stradamus, because you can everything in this industry, mate. He seems to know.
You're a good man. You're a good man. Hey, how did you make a film, or the people that you're working with, make a film for just $13,000?
I mean, I think dignity is overrated these days, Rob. You know? No, look, full credit goes to Louise Alston and Stephen Vagg, our writer, director, and producer. And it was just one of those things where I think they saw this amazing middle ground of movies that don't get made anymore. It's either the big IP or sort of cheaper knockoffs that sort of get peddled out to Netflix. So a good dramedy was very rare. So basically I came on board. A good friend, Andrew Steele, approached me at the Actor Awards, and here I am talking to Media McKnight.
Well, indeed. And it was shot in 9 days, just all around Brisbane. Now, I've got some footage of you, and you play a bit of a mean guy. We'll bring in that footage now, but look at you, all corporate in the boardroom.
I still got it, Rob. Oh, is that the same guy? No, it's not. Oh, look, it's such a great fun experience. And look, there's all sorts of little tricks. You see there's not a lot of shooting at night. Little things under there like, not giving the actors too much coffee. Little thing. Oh, hello, Nell. But it was such a great experience, mate. And obviously a film like this doesn't come together without an amazing cast and an amazing crew and the help of Brisbane City as well.
You mentioned Nell. She's essentially the star of the film. She's, well, I want to say new because she hasn't done film before. She is brilliant. She is a real standout.
Nell Lee is just one to watch. She's done so much work, especially in the theatre space, but she's so profoundly professional, and it's just a delight to work with. And a little secret is we shot all those scenes, Rob, the film that you saw, in just one day. All my scenes, the lead antagonist of the film, misunderstood, in just one day in that beautiful corporate office. So preparation was huge. And it's like any form of media or film or creativity, it's preparation. As much as we'd like to give you all the credit, you don't just flip the lights on, you research. That's right, you're Rob Stradamus, right? You've got your beautiful wife who helps you produce the show. Shout out. And it's a great collaborative process. So Nell was with me working for hours and hours in the days leading up just to get all that stuff in one day. Would I do that again? Probably not.
You say that. I don't believe that for a second. But how hard is it to distribute an indie film in Australia? There's a whole culture overseas, but how hard is it here?
Well, it's extremely tough, but even just getting the funding initially. So for everybody at home, like if you're trying to create an indie film, usually investors are, okay, which names do we have? Which this, which that? So to create something for $13,000, and to be transparent, when I first got told about it, I was like, but then you see it's one day. I'm working with such great filmmakers like Lou and Stephen, and then the cast they'd already assembled. And I thought for giving them a Saturday, and then you see how rich the characters are. So it is very possible, but in my personal opinion, it has to be a great character-driven piece, because everyone's going to know someone in this movie, Rob. I'm sure you can probably speak to it more. Hopefully you don't know too many hutchos, but everyone knows a Nell, everyone knows a Scooter, and I think in particular, and you can probably attest to this, I think the Brisbane mums and some of their Tipsy Thursday drinking culture is showcased very well in the film.
Indeed. And let me just say, when it comes to your character, Hutcho, I've worked in the TV industry, so yes, I've known plenty of them. Now, look, I have no involvement in this film, but you invited me along to a screening and I saw it. I really liked it. I offered to make the trailer. This was just finished this morning. So it's hot off the press. You haven't seen it, so I'm going to show you the trailer.
Rob Stradamus strikes again. Here we go.
I moved away from Brisbane over a decade ago, and every year it just got that little bit harder to be away.
I don't like Brisbane.
Why?
Too much sport, skin cancer and News Limited.
Nope. Only people from Brisbane can say that.
I don't want to marry you or move. And I don't have to.
Michelle told me about a lawyer who's just come back from London. It's Chris.
Chris. Hey,
Hey!
You're back.
Yeah, I'm back.
If it's awkward, we can look at someone else.
It is awkward.
I actually don't care.
She's back in Brisbane
Yeah.
with her partner.
No, they broke up. And she might do a stint at the firm.
Oh my God!
Scooter.
It's a Scooter.
How much have you guys been messaging?
Hey. I would like to make things work with Scooter. And it would be easier for me to do that if you weren't around.
The places I know, the people I chose.
Is that what happened to you? You need a mental health break?
The places I know, the people I chose. I'm coming home, coming home.
You don't care, do you?
Nah, mate. Of course not. No, as long as she's happy.
I hope it does it justice.
Man, we're going to have to add a little extra bit at the top of the show. What do you say? Hello, I'm writer, producer, editor, supermodel. Mate, thank you. Thank you so much. And honestly, it's I was so grateful that just someone of your caliber would turn up and enjoy this film. And then you didn't have to go on and say the beautiful things you did about the filmmakers and the cast. So, mate, thank you. And just send the invoice not to me for your time for the trailer,
Do you know, it's funny because they're doing contracts with everyone that took part that if the film makes money, and Simon Bagg, who is the writer and producer, said, "Oh, we'll give you a fee." And I was just thinking, you don't have to pay me, you can't afford me. So
that's good, and that's okay. I think Simon's his writer's name, but Stephen.
Did I say Simon?
Oh, look, Simon Cowell, Simon Bagg, Simon Pegg. It doesn't matter. It's fine.
Sorry,
we all look the same, actors, filmmakers. But mate, genuinely, thank you. Though it's such a beautiful trailer, and I tell you, I know you missed your calling. I think you could be in that editing suite. I just turn all the lights off, a few cans of Monster, get rid of the wine for Tipsy Thursday. Beautiful.
No, the wine helps me, helps the creative juices. Speaking of Stephen or Simon, whatever we want to call him, Stephen Bagg, he is the writer-producer. He has worked in the industry for years. This is his baby, but he's worked on Neighbours, Home and Away. And I've got to say, in the storytelling of this, he brings a very emotional, funny, and realistic sensibility to this film, doesn't he?
Oh, absolutely, and that's the big reason I signed on. When I read it, once you get past the "hang on a minute, they want me to work for free" thing, that us egotistical
I can
meat
tell
puppets.
this hasn't been an issue for you at all.
Yeah, no. It was just to read it, every single character, and as you can see by the expertly cut trailer, every character really jumps off the page. I think sometimes with rom-coms or dramedies, there's the two leads, and then it's just insert casting here. You know what I mean? And I think the richness of the characters is what really endeared it to me, and certainly it's going to endear it to the audiences. So the audience, should I say?
And of course, this is a trailer that does not give away a lot of plot twists in the film. There's a lot that happens in this film. I really, really enjoy it. Now, you're living on the Gold Coast now. In fact, we talked about you coming in here, but I just don't have the room in my garage. But
No, don't snitch on me. I'm actually in the Brisbane Bayside area, so it's me and the pensioners, mate. We get along great. We go for walks with Karen and June and Rose. We go along there, little walk club at the Esplanade. Come say good day. But I love Brisbane. I got very lucky. My son, his mum and stepdad moved up here for a work opportunity, and I'm never going back to Sydney, mate. It's such a beautiful, beautiful part of the world, and very family orientated. And when people talk about traffic here, mate, I know you know, it's like this is not traffic at all, at all.
Don't get me started on the Brisbane traffic though, because there's only one way to get, when you come from the Gold Coast into Brisbane, there's only one way to go. There's no alternatives, and people get in the fast lane when they shouldn't. But I ranted about that yesterday.
as any Queensland locals will know, mate, the weather hasn't been what our standard here. In fact, it was a good couple of weeks of rain, and I've never thought about buying a plane ticket back to Sydney. But it was good. No, it is funny when it rains up here. People just forget how to life.
Is it good being up here because of the movie scene? Is that what you're looking for while you're up here as well?
Oh, look, to be honest, it doesn't really, I've been very lucky in my career, so that's not really a factor. So when actors are newer in their journey, sometimes it helps to be where they're shooting big films. So whether you want to be an extra, a 50-worder or a guestie, your opportunity does increase when you're around the productions because they want to go local hire. That's not really an issue for me, and I'm very grateful for that. I just shot a beautiful film over in Fiji, of all places. I'm off to the States later in the year. I shot in Japan. So Brisbane is more so, to be honest, it was more like the hub to sort of escape. And where I am in the Bayside area, it's just a nice, quiet little place that you could sort of de-industry and decompress. And it's great for families, of course, too.
Great stuff. Well, if you'd like to see Dan and attend the Q&A screenings of All My Friends Are Back in Brisbane, well, they're happening this weekend at the 5-Star Cinemas up in Brizzy, and there will be screenings in other cities as well in the coming months. Dan Ewing, thank you for joining us again on McKnight Tonight. You are a legend. Thank you, mate.
Thank you, mate. And we want to get a poll with your listeners, viewers, sorry. Who wore it better? Is it Timu McKnight or the original McCoy, you know?
You know True you're blue. Right with McKnight, mate. You don't stand a chance.
Rob Stradamus, make it a thing.
I like that. Thank you, mate.
Thank you.
The best place to watch McKnight Tonight is on YouTube. Help us monetize the show by going to youtube.com/@McKnightTonight. And you can always become a paid member. That gives you exclusive live streams and early access to videos. Just go to youtube.com/@McKnightTonight. And of course, if you're a paid member, you can also join us tonight, straight after the show, for a special Zoom chat with everyone. And Amanda, I don't think I told you, we've got tickets to that screening tomorrow night.
Yay, excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I forgot to tell her. But yeah, no, we've been invited up to the screening tomorrow night. So if you're in Brisbane and you want to say g'day, come to the theatre. I mean, I know it's about some film that they're doing, but you can come and get my autograph.
That's terrible.
You know I'm joking. Mostly. All right. You know what? Before we wrap tonight's show up, we've got to have a back-end quick. Always got to fit in a back-end quickie.
It's time for a back-end quickie.
And don't worry, there's no jokes tonight. I've put the jokes to the side. but we've got a video that is very funny.
If you rearrange the letters of postmen, they get very angry.
Did you not like that one? I didn't get that one. All right, play it again and listen carefully.
If you rearrange the letters of postmen, they get very angry.
Because you got the letters of postman, you think he's going to make a word, but he's talking about the letters they deliver.
Yes, got you. Very funny.
I've always complimented your sense of humour. Wow, what happened tonight? All right, let's take a look at some feedback coming through to McKnight Tonight. Matt Wright says, the wine is hitting hard tonight. Love you, Rob. Oh, Manda said, yes, it is. Okay. Own You're Crazy says, why is it taking 12 seasons to figure out MAFS is a problem? It hasn't. We've known for a while, but it's getting worse. We've got this one from Matthew. All my friends in Brisbane crying of the state of origin. Apparently, there was a football game last night, and apparently I think Brisbane lost. We were doing McKnight Tonight. Hoggy says, was there a state of origin game? Was there? Good on you, Hoggy. Beck says, okay, I know what I'm watching. Yeah, do yourself a favour. This is a really good film, and I've seen it a few times now because I was making the trailer. Great film. Mindy Doolan says Dan should be proud of his work. Absolutely. I absolutely agree. Thank you, Mindy. Matthew says, were the London parts filmed in Brisbane too? Yes. Everything was filmed in Brisbane, and yet those London parts look like they were filmed in London. It's very, very well done. Jimmy says, great trailer and great interview with Dan, and love the inside of the filmmaking. We should be embracing local films more often. Couldn't agree more, Jimmy. Could not agree more. We've got this one from Hoggy. Says, very professionally produced. Bravo, dude. Don't know if Hoggy means the film or the trailer. Maybe he means both. Beck says, that was a great trailer. Thank you, Beck. Appreciate that. Got this one from Leo. Hubba, Dan. Used to love watching him in Home and Away. He looks great. Leo? I feel like I should add a to that one. It's a bit like, okay, calm it down. Andy says, we need more TV and movies that showcase that great Aussie humour. We certainly do, Andy. Couldn't agree more. Got this one from Wild Wombat. Off topic, but huge props to the Home and Away writers this week in handling the Mac Levi troubled pregnancy. You're absolutely right, Wild Wombat. And Home and Away is getting a ratings resurgence at the moment. It's really, really cool. All right. We are about to do a live Zoom chat with the paid members of the McKnight Tonight YouTube page. If you haven't signed up, you can do so right now, and then you'll get the link. It's really cheap. I think it's like $2 or $5. I can't remember, but join us. Come and have a chat. All right, we'll wrap this sucker up. Thanks for your company this week. It's been another fun week. We will be back on Monday, although there might be a special episode tomorrow. Carl Sanderlands is submitting his evidence to the federal court for his case against ARN. It's due tomorrow. So even though Michael Burns is somewhere in Europe sunning himself, he has said he would join me, but it all depends on whether I can get the evidence tomorrow or whether I'll have to wait until Monday. So it'll be a bit of suck it and see. But we'll let you know, so keep an eye out for it on your YouTube page. I'm Rob McKnight. It's good night from McKnight. We'll see you next week. Cheers.
Fun, insightful interviews from a washed-up producer with nothing to lose. McKnight Tonight.